by Chaplain Martin and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Let us pray. Eternal Father, today we come to you with deep gratitude in our hearts for all the gifts you give us each day. Family, loved ones, good friends, laughter, and our great jobs. Help us always to receive these gifts with thanksgiving. May our hearts be stirred to remember all of your mercies, which we receive through your love. We ask you to remember Master Garduño. His time in the Marines is ending, and he begins a new stage of his life's journey. We ask that you keep your hand of grace on Master Garduño as he sets out to explore new horizons. Master Garduño is retired from the Marine Corps, but not from life. This phase of his life will present exciting challenges. A challenge to be flexible in the midst of unknown. Lord, grant him patience. A challenge for creativity. Lord, grant him vision. A challenge to continue to live life well in the midst of changes. Lord, grant him integrity. And perhaps most difficult, a challenge to slow down and enjoy life a little bit more. Lord, grant him joy and peace and the quietness. Assist him to be grateful for a life full of mission and purpose. May he find new ways to be fulfilled in the years to come. We ask also that you bless his wife Marisol and son Luis. Give them your strength and grace as together they step off into this new endeavor. We ask for a special blessing for Master Garduño's whole family, that they may grow together and deeper as the years go by. Your strength enables us to protect others. Your wisdom keeps us safe. Assist us to turn our hearts towards you each day. Amen.
Fucking Jerry.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, taking his position as a retiring officer is Major Brian R. Ritter.
Ready to be retired. Senator, march.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the reading of the retirement certificate. United States Marine Corps, Master Sergeant Garduño was transferred this day from the United States Marine Corps to Fleet Marine Corps Reserve after 24 years of honorable and faithful active service. 1 January 2021, Washington, D.C., signed David H. Berger, Commandant of the Marine Corps. Certificate of Appreciation. For services in the Armed Forces of the United States of America, Master Sergeant Jose L. Garduño, United States Marine Corps. I extend to you my personal thanks and sincere appreciation for a grateful nation for your contribution of honorable service to our country. You have helped maintain the security of a nation during a critical time in its history, with a devotion to duty and a spirit of sacrifice in keeping with the proud tradition of the military service. I trust that in the coming years you will maintain an active interest in the armed forces and the purpose for which you have served. Those who follow in your footsteps will draw inspiration from your commitment, dedication, and sacrifices made to ensure the protection of American freedom. Signed, Donald J. Trump, Commander-in-Chief. Dear Master Sergeant Garduño, the Marine Corps has been your occupation and family for many years past, and I am certain in the memories, interest, and in the future of the Corps will remain with you forever. Many desire to obtain your accomplished goals, but few can compare to you. You have clearly demonstrated the exceptional leadership qualities and professional contribution we seek in our senior Marines. We are proud, as you must be, of your successful career. As a teacher to young Marines, a source of wise counsel, and as an example of those soldierly virtues that we so admire, you have made a mark on the Corps that will remain long after you have left our active ranks. There are many Marines that you have influenced who will carry on the same fine traditions that has always characterized the United States Marine Corps. You have my best wishes for good health and continued success in the years ahead. Semper Fidelis, David H. Berger, General, United States Marine Corps, Commodore Marine Corps. The Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. Dear Master Sergeant Garduño, on the occasion of your retirement, I would like to extend my congratulations and heartfelt thanks for your many years of dedicated service and selfless devotion to our country and Corps. You have made tremendous contributions and sacrifices throughout your Marine Corps career. As you prepare to enter this new chapter of your life, you can look back with immense pride and satisfaction on all you have accomplished. You have set the example of professionalism and leave a standard of excellence for all Marines who will carry on the legacy of our Corps. My wife Stacy joins me in wishing you continued success in the future. Semper Fidelis, Troy E. Black, 19th Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, flowers are being delivered to Master Sergeant Garduño's wife, Marcel, in recognition of your dedication and support of the Marine Corps family. Flowers are a symbolic recognition of the vital and loving support that our loved ones provide to our Marines and sailors. Ladies and gentlemen, the retiring officer, Major Ritter.
Ladies and gentlemen, family, Master Sergeant Garduño, thanks for being here on this incredibly awesome day. Master Sergeant, it's an honor to be able to do this. 24 years, 7 deployments, and a roller coaster ride of craziness here to this moment. And it's awesome, and I'm proud to call you a brother in arms, a fellow Marine, and frankly, you are the version of the good Marines we see in the Marine Corps growing up and becoming leaders at the highest rank. And I appreciate what you've done for the services and for this country. Really, really incredible. And like we talked about last night, it's not just about you on your retirement, right? It's about your family. We got you here. So we talked earlier, just a little bit, but Jose and Soledad and Fernando couldn't there's no way that he could have been here without you guys rearing and help along the way. So thank you for contributing that to this country, because it started so long ago with you. And so on behalf of the Marine Corps, thank you for all that you've done. And Marisol, absolutely no way that you can go through 24 years and 7 deployments and keep that nucleus of the family together without somebody who's got your back. And so on behalf of the United States of America, thank you for that. And Luis, I know you're excited about today, but I would keep this in your memory bank, that someday you'll look back at this and realize the shoes you have to fill having a father who was a master sergeant in the Marine Corps, in the Marine Corps infantry. It's really astounding, and you've got those boots to fill in some way or another. Again, it's not about me. I'm keeping it short, but congratulations, Master Sergeant. It's truly an honor.
Thank you everybody for making it. Thank you. I know it's small. It's in the conditions that we're in right now. I appreciate everybody for coming out first. I want to thank God, because without God, none of this is possible. He's granted me the opportunity to continue this career. Has given my family the opportunity to be, behind me and support me. It's just, without God, none of this is possible. I also want to thank First Off and Marine, First Serve, everybody put the hard work in here. It means a lot. Normally this is, as a Master Sergeant retiring, I'll be more used to retiring at a Marine Corps installation, and I wanted to keep as much Marine Corps as I could, but I really appreciate it. Staff Sergeant, thank you so much. Family, everybody came out here and busted the bus. It means a lot. It truly does mean a lot. My wife knows if that was up to me, I would have easily just been call it a day, doing my paperwork and have some beers at home, but it means a lot that you guys went out this far for just a brush, so I really appreciate it. To friends and family who came out here, some who drove very far, it means a lot as well. Coming from far distances, Marines that I haven't seen, fellow brothers in years, it's been a long time. Surprises, where's Contreras at? I'm recognizing the suit. But friends that haven't been stuck, we're going to show up. My new family, my little league family that's here as well. It means a lot. We move, being in the military, we move a lot. We bounce from place to place. And, you show up and it's either A, you can just be a hermit at your house, or you can go out to the community and make new friends. And I think we've accomplished that here. We don't know if this is home yet, forever, but I keep telling my wife and keep telling friends that Texas sounds like a good place to eventually go, you know what I mean? But we'll see how it is from there. But once again, for all my friends and family that came out here, it really means a lot. Police, to this day, you'll always be the police that I remember. I can't believe it's been that many years. Now I see your family from when I remember you used to work at, the Mercedes-Benz dealership, and now where we are today. And it means a lot that were able to make the drive as well. Thank you so much. To my parents, I'm going to talk in Spanish now. Mamá, papá, ¿quién iba a pensar que hace 24 años cuando vino el sargento a la oficina a firmar iba a estar aquí todavía? Yo me acuerdo que cuando vino el sargento, mi papá no quería que entrara, no quería firmar el papel, and I'll translate this in a little bit. No quería que firmara el papel y todo, y le dije, ¿sabes qué? Si no lo haces, de todos modos lo voy a hacer yo a los 18 años de edad. Me dio el apoyo, mi mamá también, y sabían que esto era lo que yo quería hacer, y siempre han estado ustedes por mí. También cuando me he tocado que me cambie y todo, y no estoy, cuidan a Marisol, cuidan a Luis y todo, y con eso nunca pude haber hecho mi carrera sin ustedes. Es algo muy importante. También cuando nosotros nos cambiamos, ustedes se cambian con nosotros. No puedo acordarme una vez que no me he cambiado, que ustedes no me han ayudado, mis cuñados y toda la familia ayudándome. Y es algo muy importante para mí. So, to keep it brief on that one, saying with my parents, it means a lot. Who would have known 24 years ago when the recruiter came to the office or to my house to sign, the PC, the parental consent for me to join the Marine Corps, that I'd still be standing here today. I remember I told my dad that when I was 17, he didn't want to sign for me. And I told him, it's all right, Dad, I'm still going to do it when I turn 18 anyway. So I'd rather go with your support than not. And he, not willingly, but he signed, and he said, okay, go on, I just don't want you to quit. And long story short, 24 years later, I think I didn't quit. My mother, being a strong pillar in my family as well, with my spouse, my son, every time I deployed, they stepped up, took care of my family while I was gone. And I was telling my parents that every time I PCS and I moved, it also felt that they moved with me, because there wasn't a time where I was not going to pay the military to move me. I got enough Mexicans in my family, so we did it all. And everybody's been here. My brother-in-laws have helped me out. A couple beers and some steaks and food, and we'll be good to go. It's a lot cheaper. All right, it's a lot cheaper. But that means a lot that I've been able to have that with my parents and my family. To my brother, bro, I know at times we've clashed, but we've come together. You know what I mean? And I know I wasn't there as much as I should have, especially you being 4 years old when I first, came in, and my mentality at the time wasn't the best, when I would come home on leave or whatever, but we stuck it through, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot that you're here. I hope we just keep growing closer and closer. I still remember, graduating from boot camp when you were a little bit younger than my son, and being there, and it means a lot. And for those times that we grew apart and we came back together, I couldn't have done it without you as well, brother. Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. I love you. All right, moving on to Luis. All right, you're more than any parent can ask for. I thank God every day. You know, it's kind of sad that you won't get to experience everything in the Marine Corps, but it's kind of good. Sad because you won't see exactly the deployments, you don't understand it, you see pictures, and you don't really get to see it. You know, like, oh, Dad, you did this. You know, you spy rig, you did that, you did here, you did that, yes. So you won't remember that just in photos. But in a way, I'm glad because you don't have to see me deploy. You know what I mean? I'm going to be here for you. I get to pick you up from school, get to take you to Taekwondo, get to take you to baseball, get to do other things. A lot of us here have sacrificed that and have not been able to do that for our children. So for that, I'm thankful. You know, God has a plan, and His plan is for me to be home now. You know what I mean? If it were up to me, I would be with some infantry victory units, some battalion, and I'd still be deploying, but it's time to call it a day. But I'm very proud of you, Luis. You never know, maybe one day, just like the Major said, you might be in this uniform, you might be doing the same thing, maybe you are, maybe you're not. Whatever you do in life, buddy, I'm always going to be proud of you, and I'm so thankful that I have you in my life. I love you, buddy. For money, you've been here since day one. Since we met in high school in 1995, when I used to stare at you in class like a creeper. And I used to laugh because your feet wouldn't touch the floor. So I remember that, and who would have ever thought that you would have, you know, been with a guy like me? I was totally opposite of anybody you like, because for those who are not aware, she was into quebradita. I was not. So nothing in common. Long story short, the way I met her family was during summer school, which I didn't need to attend, but she did. I was there. I asked her, like, what do you guys do for Christmas? And she said, oh, we have a big get-together, just like my family. So I was like, all right, cool. That's when I invited. Honestly, I was like, I'm not going to go. This is a nice thing to say. And she's like, yeah, you're more invited to come. I was like, oh, dang. So, all right, so I show up, and she has an uncle, Carlos, my brother to my mother-in-law. I walk in the door, and the first thing he says is, ¿Quién es este caballo? Who's this white guy? And I look over at him, and he doesn't know that I speak Spanish, and long story short, we created a bond, and here I am now, and, you know, my brother-in-law who's here, my other brother-in-law is working, but I remember them at, 12, 11, playing football, playing with pods, for those who remember those things. But now we're adults, we have our families, and it means a lot. And like I said, babe, I mean, it's just, I just can't believe that you stuck around this long. I'm very thankful. I mean, I wouldn't be here without you. Luis is very lucky to have you as a mother. I'm very lucky to have you as a husband. You've served this as much as I have served. And I'm so thankful, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, that you've been through this adventure. And, you know, maybe they would have asked you in '96 when you agreed to be my girlfriend. I would have been like, hell no, I'm not going to stay here that long. But you did. And I can't imagine a life without you. Thank you so much. I love you. And we're on to the next adventure, whatever that may be. Thank you so much. And once again, for everybody, thank you so much for attending. Held it together, didn't cry. You got borderline, but for my NCG1 family, thank you again for being here. I know we have our predictions and things of that nature, but I appreciate for being here. I've learned a lot being here with the CBs, and it's at times rough and at times great. With my family at NCG1 and N75, I say family because that's what you are. You are family. And unfortunately, we couldn't have a hell of a farewell up north, you know, but I'm proud to have worked and been attached to the CBs and learn a different aspect of the community. Because if it wasn't for us to run, we'd just be running the rest of our lives, and, you know, we wouldn't get to see another aspect of it. So I'm very thankful for that. Thank you for joining me. For those who came out here, I really appreciate it. If I missed anybody, I forget, please, I apologize. But thank you so much once again for showing up. Really small, but it means a lot for those who come out here. This is what I envision as my family, and true friends is myself and my family. Thank you so much.
I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand and watch in America's halls of justice. I stand guard majestically over great institutions of learning. stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident, I am arrogant, and I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher, my colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am loved and I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, Guam, Okinawa, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Persian Gulf, Afghanistan, Iraq, and in a score of places long forgotten by all but those who were there with me. I was there. I led my soldiers, sailors, airmen, and marines. I followed them and watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill in New Guinea. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired, but my marines and sailors cheered me, and I was proud. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries I have helped set free. It does not hurt, for I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country, and when it is by those I have served in battle with, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. I have been silent witness to all America's finest hours, but my finest hour comes when I am torn in strips to be used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. When I fly at half-mast to honor my soldiers, my airmen, my sailors, and my marines. And when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the graveside of her fallen son or daughter. I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wait. Dear God, long may I wait. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of Anchors Aweigh and the Marines Hymn. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by for the presentation of the retirement gift by Gunnery Sergeant Scoop.
Man, 24 years. It's a pleasure. Also, I want to be selfish. keep them to myself. But I've been knowing Master Sergeant Garduño for a minute now in the victory unit. I never told him this, but he was a company gunny for Alpha Company, and I was a staff sergeant. And that position is very prestigious within the infantry. So being a young staff sergeant, that was my goal when I became a gunnery sergeant, to be a company gunnery sergeant, right? And to hold that building. What I used to do is walk the halls and see what each company gunnery sergeant, what he was doing, how did he look. Did he look stressed? Did he look busy? Was he relaxed? And every time I peek in there in Alpha Company, Master Sergeant Garduño was in there. And he always was taking care of phone calls, writing stuff on the whiteboard, and I just look at him, I'm like, man, that's a lot of responsibility. That's what I gotta look forward to. But Master Sergeant Garduño is the type of individual where he coaches and mentors you and don't have to say a word, just by his mannerisms, his movement, the way he carries himself, motivated and inspired me. So I got the pleasure to actually work with him during this bill here at SG1. And the first thing I did was go directly to him and was like, hey, you remember me? And we went back and forth with stories from the Fleet Marine Force. But I can tell you right now, it was an absolute pleasure to have him by my side to lead, teach, and mentor me throughout this whole endeavor. And like I said, I'd stay close to his side, and whenever I felt I needed a little bit of guidance, he was always there to be like, hey, Gun, don't worry about it, we got it. And that reassurance it always made me feel good, like we were in the right space at the right time, and the mission was going to get accomplished no matter what. But every time things got a little crazy, I looked behind him and make sure he was within our reach, but I said, hey, Master, I had a question, and he always had the answer. If you look in the audience, you know, a lot of folks might say, hey, it's a retirement, there should be more people won't be able to make it. But I'll tell you like this here. Being an infantryman, everything we do is extremely private. We go through a lot mentally and physically. Back in the Vietnam era, the infantry marine life expectancy was 10 minutes after a conflict with the enemy. 10 minutes was he expected to live. We got a Master Sergeant here endure 24 years in today's era, where the enemy is a lot more crafty, a lot more smart, faster, and heavily equipped. And he was able to manage 24 years. So for me, it's an inspiration to see what could become. Because for me, his retirement is a second chance. It's a second chance at another life that we weren't actually expected to live. Truth be told, very few of us make it this far to actually live and tell our stories. We normally either succumb to our wounds on the battlefield or perish with our inner demons. So it's extremely personal to us when we hang up our uniform, and the crowds are always extremely small. So make no mistake about it, we may be small in number, but we're always big at heart. And it's definitely a lot more behind the story than what it entails. You know him as Jose. I know him as Master Sergeant, the leader on the battlefield, right? Doing those house visits for those young Marines who are not able to make it back. So this means a lot to me. To see him go off in this manner, healthy, strong, minimal amount of injuries over the years. But it really means a lot to me that he's able to move on safely within good health. Mrs. Garduño, I can tell you right now, I don't know an infantry Marine that had the same wife they started out with in the beginning of their career. My last first sergeant was on number 4. Like I said, the lifestyle is hard. It's extremely hard to put up with what he does for a living, not knowing if he's going to come home, not knowing if he's okay, not knowing if his Marines are okay, picking up and moving every 2 to 3 years. So for you to have been with him from the very beginning, since high school, it means a lot, because you endured the same strength that he has to be able to motivate and support his career. So I thank you for that. For your strength, for your endurance, and enabling us to use him when he's not home with you to coach and mentor us. So, thank you, brother. I hate to see you go. I feel a little vulnerable right now that when I look back, he's not going to be there. But he trained us right. You know, he trained us to be strong. He trained us to do the right thing when nobody's watching. So I'm happy I was here to afford this gift, which is a small token for what he really does behind the scenes. Thank you, brother.
just, oh, wow. It's more than, don't, Steve, it's good. I'm like, I don't even want to move it. It means a lot for, once again, my family, CG1, guns. I mean, wow. You know what I mean? It's amazing. And you hit the nail on the head with everything we do. You're all right. There's dudes on number 4, number 5, number 6. And I've been very blessed. And like I told you, we're very thankful. But once again, thank you for everybody who made it out here. Please, if you're more than welcome to join us at my residence. For those who feel comfortable with that, we got a reception maybe, what time is it? 12:30? About 1:30, 2 o'clock. Eventually food will be there. You probably don't want to be the first ones there because you're going to have to help me set up. But other than that, thank you so much. It means a lot for you being here. I can't ask for anything else. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
For anyone that didn't sign the back, I have a Sharpie. You can sign the back of it.